This is my garden on the first day of summer in 2020. And even though COVID is in the air around the world, you'd never know it because things are growing this year better than they ever have in a long time. I think because there's not as many people out and about and they're hiding in their houses and they're not using their vehicles and nobody's flying in airplanes and trains aren't running and boats aren't running, that the air is cleaner. It feels cleaner. Less pollution here anyway. And the peonies couldn't be any bigger. The euonymus plant. Look at the beauty bush blooming. And there's more cones on the weeping pine than has ever been on this weeping pine before. Let's go up the path here. But the beauty bush is stunning. It's snowing flowers. Grasses are loving it. I decided to plant vegetables this year, so I have potatoes growing everywhere. The smoke bush is alive and well. Purple smoke. The tomatoes, I have tomatoes growing everywhere, and peas and onions, and the roses are out. Wow. And of course my poppies are hiding back in behind there with the grasses and the onion plants. The cat's loving it, the turtle's loving it. The purple heart, which is a tropical indoor plant, is loving the shade there with the beautiful colored glass. More potatoes. Look at this potato here. And it's a root vegetable, so all the potatoes, the little ones, are underneath the ground, and by August we'll have more potatoes than we can handle. More potatoes in amongst the peas. Those are peas. They're going crazy. Beets, Swiss chard, kale, beans. More peonies right here. Ferns are there. The rhubarb is just starting to catch on. I moved it, that's why it's so small, but usually it's about 4 times that big. But I'm going to introduce you to a new plant today. I'll show it to you. It's around here. And it is this one right here. It's just starting to take off now, but by the end of the summer, it will be twice as tall, maybe 8-9 feet. And it'll have yellow flowers all over it, and it's called a cup plant. Grows in eastern North America. And that's where we live. A cup plant. Looks like a sunflower. The flowers aren't quite as big as a sunflower, and they're more like a cup. That's it hiding in there behind the grass. More potatoes. Petunias from the garden center. They'll last all season, right to the snow. And I'm underneath a cutleaf maple tree. Red cutleaf maple tree. It's a popular plant / tree for ornamental purposes in your garden. Spider plant in a pot. Came from my bedroom. Loves it out here. And another purple smoke bush. Yep. Here's our little chimnea where we don't have fires, but we'd like to. Nice and shady there and cool. Today is going to be really hot. I'll tell you about that white plant next time. Tomatoes, just tomatoes in a 2 or 3, see the yellow flowers on them? Those are going to be tomatoes. And they'll be everywhere on that soon. And for the first time in a long time, it must be the COVID air, because the carrots are growing like they've never grown before, next to the potatoes and the beets. The kale and the Swiss chard is around the corner. And these are my herbs, my dill, thank goodness, and my basil. Holy cats, I'm so thrilled. And this big green plant, you know what that is? That's Twyla maize catnip. Where's the sign? Here's the sign that says Twyla maize catnip. This is where she comes to roll around and nibble on the leaves and get high. She loves it. Everybody needs to have some kind of a stress reliever plant in their garden. Another cut leaf maple tree. Tomato. Oh yes, and of course I have rocks of every kind. I belong to a rock and mineral club. I go to learn about rocks and collect them. I love rocks. Here are some of my favorites. This one is a piece of coral that looks like a mushroom. And here's a piece of limestone, I believe, that looks like a heart, human heart. There's a crystal here. If you looked at the rock on the outside, you wouldn't think much of it, but if you crack it open, wow. Beautiful, beautiful plant I got at Costco. And it'll grow all summer out there in the corner of the garden. Holy cats, Mr. Buddha. Are you looking after the ferns? Holy cats. And Mr. Owl, are you protecting the wildflowers that are behind you down there below that pine tree? That's a white pine tree. It gives off a chemical that kills bad cancer cells inside your body. You don't have to touch it. You can if you want, but you can just stand near it, maybe for 10 minutes, 3 times a week. And it would be a good idea to plant one. They're slow growing, but that doesn't matter. And put your chair below it and come out every once in a while into your garden and read a chapter of your book. Everything's going well down here. My driftwood, my rain barrel, and my compost. Yes. So, let's go this way. First day of summer. And there's hostas everywhere. And blue grasses. All kinds of grasses. Lilac bushes, cedar bushes, serviceberry bushes, tamarack tree or larch tree they call it. Spirea bush over there by the compost, another lilac. Rain barrel. This is a palm. Came from the inside of the house. So I water my plants outside with the rain water, which is in the barrel right there. Don't have to use city water to do it. I had a duck that laid some eggs in this bush, and the chipmunks and the skunks and the raccoons ate them, ate the eggs. The mother and father duck were not happy. Right. Yep. Mr. Bird, Holly, and Mr. Squirrel. Okay, until next time.